Welcome back to another WICSO. In the last video, did really well. Please like and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments because I want more ideas for this map. And I'm not an entirely creative person, but yeah, I got a few, and I'm probably gonna do that throughout this episode. But let's start with the first event of this episode. We're gonna start this episode with the Red Country expanding, and they're gonna be expanding a lot, like this much. All of this land is going to be discovered by the red team. Let's actually fix out this border a little bit better. Yeah, the red country pretty much discovers all of India and is starting to go a little deeper into Persia. Like, all of this land is being discovered. Let's see what they claim. The red country ends up claiming all of this land, pretty much just becoming India, but their capital city, they've got these major cities and these capitals. This is all this land. Let me show you basically before and after. They basically doubled the size of their country in a single episode, which is insane. The red team is like, if this became real life, it would be a superpower. Because, like, look how much coast they have, and they're going to go deeper into this. They're also telling more people to, yeah, you guys go down there. And then they immediately basically claim it. Basically, they're huge now. It's basically thick, like India, but like on steroids. Yeah, they're huge. I'm just gonna be honest. They're like they're absolutely huge. They might be too strong. Some countries might need to take them out, but let's say a little bit more expansion is the blue country and all these countries are just building up their navies, I guess, and building better boats. Purple team ends up with the best like navy out of all these guys because all these guys are building up their navies and boats are being able to discover more and go farther. And the purple team ends up having the strongest navy for some reason, even though the Korean team is technically stronger. They build up a boat and they head out this way and they find this island and they fully discover this island. They fully discover it and then immediately claim it. But then they send out another boat and it lands on this little island right here and they find it and claim it. But then they land on the southern island of Japan and they're like, wait, this is a big island. And then they fully end up discovering it and like they're like, okay, we don't need to tell anyone about this. So they end up going like this and all around and going up and down and boom, they pretty much discover the southern island of Japan, pretty much just becoming this small little country. I don't know what this island is called. I think it might start with an S. Maybe it might start with an S. But they pretty much just double their land size, I think. But they're starting to fund and put more like resources and stuff into this thing, and this is happening over a long period of time. Like, this just didn't happen in one day. It happened over a long time. But after a long time, more major cities are built. Let's see where those major cities are. Alright, 2 major cities are ended up being built, I guess. Oh wait, there's another one being built. There's another one there, because it's like a main trading hub, I guess, for the purple team to, like, as an anchor point to, so they can go, like, through here to here, and then here to here, easier. So this country is like a big trading outpost, I guess. Not I guess, but it is. And they end up keep going back and forth here, so then they're able to extract these resources, and the purple team ends up pretty much just moving their capital from, like, they're getting strong enough to where this is more important than this, and they don't really care about this land, but they end up moving their capital from here to here. They end up moving their capital to this island, pretty much kind of abandoning this old area right here. These people kind of getting annoyed that the country started focusing on Japan and not them. No, not that layer. Because, no. There. The country's starting to expand more, like, discover more of Japan, and all these little islands are being discovered, and Japan's pretty much being discovered by the purple team, and they're kind of neglecting this old area, but they are still taxing this old area. just so they can get more money. And this country's getting a little mad about that, and they end up all these provinces say, screw you, purple team, we're doing our own thing, and they leave and join. This southern one ends up joining. Hold on, let me turn off. Alright, let me just actually show you what happens to all these provinces in this country. These provinces ended up fully joining this cyanish blue country, and the purple country was like, you know what, they didn't really matter anyway. This is where the future's at. This is the good part of the world, and they stick with this area. They're like, wow, this area is so great, so great. And this cyan country definitely got stronger, but they didn't really expect it to happen. So they're now trying to make sure they can assimilate it better. Even though technically they are the same culture, the purple team has officially been kicked out of China and is on this Japan now. Not that far out. Jeez, red team is huge. And they fully keep discovering this land, and it's kind of getting annoying. Not annoying, but they're discovering so much of it. It's starting to become a lot of land that they're discovering. Not that country didn't land there. Purple team is starting to claim more and more of this. More of this. Basically the entirety of southern Japan is discovered, and they're still going around the coast. And in basically one episode, they didn't discover this. Hold on. And in basically one episode, the entirety of Japan was found and discovered by the purple team, and basically turned into the new purple team that honestly somehow didn't get out. That the purple team switched from, they don't know where these guys went after. Basically what happened is the people never really thought to tell this country where the purple team went, and this country just thought they annexed purple team for some reason. They didn't really say that they found a new island or whatever, but you know what did happen? Korea also did a lot of expanding and went up this coast a bunch more, and they pretty much found this entire southern Russian area, basically colonizing it, a lot of it. And you know what else they find? They find Sakhalin, and they fully discover, they start discovering Sakhalin, and they're like, wow, we got to keep that quiet too. This island still isn't known about yet, but it might be by the end of this episode. And it's kind of surprising how much of Japan was quickly discovered. And the purple team, I still don't, the purple team's people switched so quickly from this area being their focal point, or the government of the purple team, to here, and then now all of Japan, which kind of surprised the people of Korea and all these countries after they found out. But yeah, all right, let's move on to the next section of the video. So the next section of the video is going to be another species basically evolving enough to start settling a thing, and they start in this tip of Colombia, and they're slowly starting to discover all of this land, and they're still going, they're discovering all this land. But they set up a country right here. Let's see what that country looks like. This country basically becomes all of this land, and they're not really slowing down on expanding, which is kind of weird for it being a brand new civilization. But they end up, their final borders after all their expansion end up looking something like that. Pretty much discovering this area. Actually, they also cross this sea area and also go around the coast of this little inland, is this a sea or is this a lake? It might be a sea, because I'm pretty sure in the actual, on a better scale map, it has a little coastal axis, so it might be a sea. But this is what this little new civilization looks like. and I got some ideas for them. But we'll see what happens with them in a later episode. The red team, after exploring a lot still, is starting to keep going down this coast and going into, like, Qatar, almost fully discovering the area. And this orange team, oh, I missed this pixel from the last episode too. Forgot about that. No, not that. They're also discovering more, but they go a little deeper into Arabia, over these mountains that exist. They're better connecting up their connection with the yellow team and finishing. Oh yeah, trade routes. I haven't really talked about those, but I did a trade route map. Yeah, this is a lot. Let's quickly just get trade route. Boom. Pretty sure that's like 5. Yeah. All right. The orange team continues building their trade route up with the yellow team, going back toward this, and they fully build it, and the orange team now has better connection. It's now not just a fishing nation, they're just a nation now with better, like, connectivity access, and now they can really connect up with these countries better and all that fun stuff that comes with this territory, I guess. So now they're continuing the trade route this way a little bit into this new territory they discovered, and they're still going this way, and they're going, not brush, they're going around the coast, and they keep going around the coast, but they keep thickening up, making sure that they're discovering all this land, and, like, just double checking that this is still, like, a nice area, like, that the country still wants them to keep going. It's basically like every week they check back in with the government, and now that they're getting this far, every 2 weeks, and they're still making sure and discovering more of this land. And this is the closest to 2 different species. I forgot. I also have a species layer. This is a species. This is a species. This is a species. I haven't drawn them in yet, but yeah, this is the closest 2 species have ever gotten to reaching each other. I have to update the species layer, but the red country is also still expanding. They end up going into what's it called, the UAE, and realizing, hey, wait, this is like a gulf, so we can send stuff back and forth and end up, like, on the coast. And they also realize this major city's right here, so they're trading back and forth with this and getting more supplies and having better, like, sea access. Actually, let me fix up this border, because realistically it's not like this, it's probably like something like that at best. And they're still going around, and they're getting even closer every day. They're getting even closer and closer and closer and closer, and eventually they're about to meet. They're like a mile apart from each other, these explorers. And then the red explorers, or the people from, the red civilization explorers, send people to this major city on this trade route. I'm gonna say there's like a very, very small trade route there. They go across the boat, they go down. They just expect to find more desert and land. Nothing too special. Maybe they'll find something good. They keep going, and then they reach the group, the other civilization group, and they don't know what each other are saying, but they look a little different than each other. Like, one might have, like, they have a very slightly, like, it's like I said in the first episode, it's like Neanderthals and primates and all those, like, types, like, they're slightly a little different. Like, one might have, like, I don't know, different type of, like, one might have, like, webbed feet or something, because, like, they swim in the ocean a lot. This is definitely not, this isn't actually what they have. I'm just saying, like, this is an example. But they end up connecting up. But they're trying to discover each other's language, like, really hard. And they're so far being nice to each other and not doing anything crazy evil. And then since they don't know if they don't know which group to take them back on. They set up a little camp and spend the night and just talk. Like, they try and keep figuring out, and they figure out words that they can communicate back and forth for, like, stuff like hi and, like, hello, and, like, basic words you learn in, like, your first world language class. And they're starting to discover the words. So now they're, like, talking to each other. But then this red explorers group ends up going back with this group to the capital of this orange country to show them, hey, we found more people, but they're, like, different. They're a different species. And the orange group is like, whoa. And then that information spreads down this, and all this civilization group except France, because they're really disconnected, finds out that there's a whole other group. And then this country takes these explorers back, or literally any of these people back, and back across the boat to this major city. And this major city is like, what? There's more people? And then back to the red team. The red team's like, what? There's more people? And then all these people are like, what? There's more people, except for the purple team. They're really far away now. They don't really keep up with anything. They're like the boomers. They're really far out. And yeah, this is the first time two civilizations have ever met. And they're like just vibing with each other, and they're like honestly pretty chill. They're trying to learn each other's languages. I'm on the wrong layer. I was on the wrong layer for that. Whoops. But back to what I was saying. What is going on there? All right. These civilizations are really chill with each other, and they're just vibing, and they're actually really helping each other. Like, they're giving each other food and, like, supplies, and, like, exploring more. And, like, this is the first, like, contact with another civilization grouping, like, species, and they're actually friendly, which it's basically us and aliens. It surprises me that they would be friendly, but they were, which is weird. But they're kind to each other, and they're helping each other, like, develop stuff that this civilization type knew, and this one didn't. But this one knew, then this one didn't. So they're helping each other, basically. And they're also telling them how long ago, like, it's hard to explain, but basically what they've been doing. And, like, they start teaching each other their histories, and these two groups are starting to get closer. And this group is like, wait, I wonder if we go this way, we'll find the blue team. Oh my god, I missed more pixels. If we go this way, we'll find this Greek country that they're talking about. So this red country is starting to go this way, and going up to this lake, or not lake, but river. I don't know what it's called. I think it might be, I don't know. But the blue team also hears about this plan, and they start going, and end up going like, not sure, fine, and end up going like this and trying to connect up, so these guys can, like, talk, and, like, they're starting to try and make sure they can have better connection to themselves, I guess. And well, they're still going. They're still going. Still going. And then they reach again, and it's basically like friendly again. But then something bad happens. The red country shows out like a sword, and then one of the Greek country's people gets really scared and stabs them and kills them, and the red country's really mad about that. So they end up being really hostile towards each other, and they immediately undiscover this land to try and get as far away from each other as possible, because they hate the Greeks now. They killed their like explorer. This was a really popular explorer, let's say. Yeah, he was a really popular explorer, and the red team just ends up going, screw them. We're not going to talk with them. Except for the orange country. The orange country's chill. And the orange country's like, thanks, guys. And, well, relations between the orange country and Greek country are a little shot. Because then after, like, in retaliation for the Greek guy stabbing the red guy stabbed that guy. So now there's beef between these two, and they're kind of mad about that. But this civilization group is kind of getting a little crazy, and not crazy, but like it's starting to happen. Like they're starting to explore more of Persia because they went into this area, so they're able to build up more clothes and better clothes for it. So they're starting to look like something like something like that. And let's get this border fixed up a little bit here. They start looking like this. Pretty much Kuwait's discovered, and this Persian country has been basically this Persian country and this country right here, or it's not country, but cities have been traded with a lot to the point where now they're strong enough to make an actual country or countries. And let's see what those countries look like. So these two cities end up fully, well, obviously owning their provinces and then also owning area around their provinces. Basically just becoming larger city-states. But they're still exploring, and they're sending people back to get closer to the red team. And this trade route is built up a decent bit. Trade route is built up. Hold on. The trade route from the red team is built up into this new area, going along here, and then going through this little major city that used to be a city-state but got like annexed by the red country, and then through this one that got annexed but by the red country that used to be a city-state, and kept going this way, and they're still going this way and go this way, and then this greenish Pakistani country ends up connecting up with them, and this up here, and these guys are all friendly. This red country is not really known to have a civil war type stuff, I mean, except for explorationists breaking away and forming countries here. But besides that, this Persian country hears word of the red country trying to build, and green country trying to build a trade route toward them, and they do end up building it. And this orange country and red country, they have like a talking point here. At this point, it's basically just like a small major city. Basically there. I think that's where they met up. It's basically all those talking points between the red and the orange country, and like learning things pretty much just turn into whatever this is. Like whatever, like they have a school between the two, and they're learning each other's languages and histories and teachings about math and boats and farming and all that fun stuff. And they're trying to get these trade routes to get closer to it so they can actually trade with each other. Like they trade their goods, like spices. Like these countries don't have spices, but the red country does, and they're trading it with the orange country. The orange country ends up fully making it to the like city, connecting up with there and basically funding it to be better. And this red country has to go farther, but they're also building like another trade route from here to like through here to do it easier. They end up doing that, so now I can use the boats to do it easier, but it's still it's taking a while, and then funding for this starts to like drop behind, and this country is like, okay, well, let's just try and get a little bit closer. Okay, this is getting hard, and they don't end up connecting these, but they can do it through boat. So this country is getting more economically powerful. So now, hold on. So now this country's getting strong, and like really, really strong. And they're ending up looking pretty big and getting longer, and this country is starting to get kind of pretty chill. They're pretty chill. And they're starting to look really long. Like they're doing pretty good. And this red country's like, okay, well, maybe if we connect up with them, we'll be able to trade with them better. And they're fully connected up. Let's actually just fix up this border, make it a little longer. And these two countries end up like fully touching. And this is the first country that the red country borders. And well, this red country is pretty big. They're honestly really strong. If this country was brought to modern day, it would be a superpower. It would because you would have all of Bangladesh, all the coast of this, they look really chunky here though. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but they look really chunky. Like, hold on, let me show you like a world map in comparison to this world map. So, this is our world. This is our WICSO. And this is the normal world map. I think the border probably could be pushed between the Himalayas and the red country a little bit farther, but I don't want to push it too much because it's becoming mountainous. And, well, it'd be bad if it did. But if this red country got put in our world, they'd pretty much own all of the populated parts of India, a good chunk of Pakistan, pretty much this is their border, most of all of this land, and all of Malaysia. So they would definitely be a superpower because they'd also control the Strait of Malay, like the Malaysian Strait, which would give them a lot more money, which is pretty good for them. And yeah, these countries are starting to get strong. But a lot of exploration is going to happen. So let's skip ahead like 5 years, or let's skip ahead and just see what the world looks like. Basically, all the land in this area is rapidly discovered, and the red and gray teams end up doing like an explorationist like collaboration and go through this jungle and connect up with each other, having better access through this. And they did discover more of this Indochina area. It's really helping these countries economically. But let's see what these countries. Oh, also more of Siberia basically was discovered, and the blue team claimed so much land. Island still isn't known about. Kind of crazy how it hasn't been discovered yet. But yeah, and this blue team ends up pretty much going along this like Russian coast in real life and taking Sakhalin. They're pretty long now, and they also got thicker on this part here. If we look at provinces, that's what they looked like before. This is what they look like after. Oh, I missed a spot. This is basically... Oh, I missed another spot. So basically, this is all the land that is... Their world map just looks pretty much like these two things. Because these two civilizations have grouping together, so now they can make a more detailed world map and, well, talk to each other. So, I mean, besides these two still have bad relations. But like, they have a better world map. So now they know, hey, Europe's a thing that exists. Which means if we go across, maybe we go across here and we'll get to Europe. But they don't know anything about over here. They don't even know the Caspian Sea exists. That's how, like, underdeveloped they are. Or not, like, underdiscovered they are. Yeah. But these 4 countries here are going to expand a lot more. Let's see what they look like. This like cyan country ends up looking something like this. Pretty big. Let's see what this like purplish magenta Chinese country ends up looking like. Alright, this is basically what the purple Chinese country looks like. They're getting long into China. But let's see what this little blue Chinese country looks like. This blue Chinese country has also gotten, like, long on the coast. Oh, I forgot a few islands here or there. Hold on. There, and then there. They basically become all this, and they're doing pretty well. Pretty happy with what they have there. And then this gray country. Oh, not that. This gray country, let's see what they look like. This gray country pretty much looking like, well, actually, let's give them a little bit more. Alright, the gray country pretty much looks like this and this. They expanded, actually, let me fix this border a little bit better. Yeah, sure. Alright, so this is basically what the China looks like after. They're actually, you know what? Let's give this land to, let's give it to this country. But also another thing to talk about, a small problem for this country. Let's look at the religion layer real quick. Yeah, I know it's not updated, but they're a little split, and this might cause a little problem later down the line, but it's fine for now. If it's fine for now, if it's not broken, why fix it? But this is what they look like right now. They're huge. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how they look right now. These are some big countries. These countries are getting huge. Island is still not discovered. Honestly, let's fill in more of China. Realistically, it's probably like not that flat of a border, but no. Let's fix it up a little bit there. Okay, now let's just go through and fix this border up a little bit. Alright, you know what, I'm fine with that. And let's go on with this little country state thing. This little province. Also becoming a country. Everyone's wanting independence, basically. There's no city-states anymore, except this one. And this one's honestly probably the most popular. Like, it's the most well-known because it's like the center point, the meeting point between these two civilizations. These two have great relations, and honestly, I'm going to get to them in a second. This red country, basically, his new best friend is these three countries, and this gray country. Basically, any country they work with is their best friend. They don't really have any bad relations except for Greece, but like that's valid. They killed your guy. Yeah. That's what the red country looks like, and gray country. The gray country is going to expand a little bit. Basically, let's see what this area looks like. This area looks like. Basically, this land is fully conquered by the gray team, and, well, wait, is that a pixel? No, of course it is. Just my luck. Alright, basically, all this land is claimed by the red team. The red team is, dude, huge. I don't understand how they're able to hold this much. They might be losing a little bit in the next episode. Not a spoiler or anything, but yeah. What else happened? This gray team expanded a lot. This was what this country looks like now. They're like a seafoam green. Like Ada Pro's favorite color. Actually, this gray team wants to expand more. Let's see what they look like after another expansion. Dude, okay, they're starting to become like northern Vietnam and southern China at this point. Like, if this country has any like problems and this country decides, you know what, we're gonna invade you, it's gonna be bad. Oh, wait, that's what's happening right now. You're already out. You're having a civil war. Of course you are. Let's look at the religion map real quick. So, I know it's not updated, but this area is red. This area is purple. This area is gonna get captured. Basically, it's north versus south. Turn off this. Like through city, capital city is split in half. It's really bad. Like, this country pretty much is starting to collapse because of it, and this country does collapse. Let's see what their collapsing borders look like. Yeah, this country from the south breaks away because the capital city is starting to become more purple majority than red, and I did decide to keep them like a purplish color or a reddish color because, well, red. But this area, actually, let's fix that. This area right here immediately re-breaks away. I don't think that's right, but you know what, they're a little less long, but sure. This area also becomes become that. This country right here is kind of mad, and this capital is just useless at this point, so let's just erase it and move it. They moved their capital to this city. Let's give them their capital. And this country's capital is right here. They've got no other major cities, and their capital's kind of right on the doorstep. Actually, you know what? Let's recolor this country. Alright, pink. Sure, close enough. And yeah. So, immediately after, let's see, so the lighter version. Alright, immediately this area takes over this and starts pushing toward the capital city and taking it. And they're pushing more into the country. And, well, this country is basically being funded by every single red majority religion country. So, the red team, the gray team, the seafoam green country team, this team, this team. This city is like split, but they're starting to form like a mix. I'll focus on that later. They're starting to form a mix, and well, this like light blue country doesn't really have a military, but they're trying. They're trying their best. Let's see what their military is. All right. they basically re-pop up in this area because they don't want to go away. And no. And they start pushing up around here. Basically, that's what their borders looks like. It's their military. This is theirs. And then, yeah, this pink country is like pushing around and trying to get to these like more rural regions for now, trying to push the country back, but it's not really working. And this country is starting to push them back, and they're starting to get pushed back to their border. But then the pink country is like, nah, we're done playing around. We were just like going easy on you, and now you're done. And they're starting to go north and cut this area off from this part, and this area basically is like, screw you, we're going to try and get independence. And then they hold like a defensive, and they also get independence. Let me quickly fix that. Let's fix this border a little bit better. Like that. And they can't really do anything about it because they're holding a pretty good defensive. And this pink country is slowly pushing in. And slowly pushing in, and the capital is pretty much about to be encircled, and they capture the capital. And well, this area basically is re-given to the pink team. Yeah, and then this area is recaptured, and yeah, let's look at a peace deal. All right, in the peace deal, the blue team is just pretty much just decimated. They lose all their land. They're just like destroyed, and the rebels here end up joining this purple team because this purple team was promising them like good stuff and stuff like that, and this pink team ends up fully annexing the rest. Yeah, well, this country, the blue country, is kind of maybe slightly being genocided. Just the red team is slightly just genociding these people, and yeah, they're killing everyone that follows this religion. And eventually the entire country is now red majority, and this area might be a little problem for them. And well, let's look back at the map. And this country is basically given independence, and they're like, okay, thanks. And they are talking to the pink team, and the pink team is like, hey, we're really in support of this red team religion. Why don't you join us? And the country is like, yeah, sure. And the magenta's team's like, wait, what? You're doing what? No. We didn't mean that. Do whatever you want. We meant like, fine, like, yeah, you do that. And now the first enclave of this area is being constructed, and yeah, it's bad. Yeah, now this area in a war, these two might be able to quickly encircle and capture this area, but all right, let's one more event of the video. Let's say, oh yeah, all these countries got expanded and stuff. I was gonna talk about other stuff. Shoot. Alright, last event. This is gonna be a long video. Last event of the video. This Greek, no, they're not pink. This Greek country ends up exploring more. No, gosh, dude. They end up discovering more of Italy, and they're going down and going down, and they're thinking, hey, wonder if we can reach it by boat. They do reach it by boat, and they find all this area, and they start taking it, and they also find Sicily, start taking that, and all that's taken, and they end up fully finding the Italian peninsula, and they're also expanding their discovery of what they know, and it's trying to build back up like connection with this team, like Biscay country team, and let's see what the Greek country looks like after. Yeah, this is just Byzantium at this point. They're pretty big. Oh, they're also deepening their exploration of the Balkans. Didn't almost call it the Baltics. They're pretty much discover all this and discovering this and this, and yeah, it's bad. It's starting to become kind of crazy. They then end up claiming all of this. Can we fix that border? That's hideous. Alright, that doesn't look as round. They also defined out about Crete, and people start moving there, and it's a new country. Let's see what this country color is. Alright, a greenish color. Okay, that's actually pretty good. And let's see what. Oh, you also want to become a country. Well, I think some people are. You want to become a country? Oh, well, let's just see what you look like first. Oh, blue team. That was not you. These people are trying to set up a country, and then you took the rest, the other part of the island. Yeah, that's not nice. Oh, these people immediately want independence too. That's crazy. Who would have predicted that? These people immediately want independence, but they don't give it to these two, and now these two are at war, or not at war, but like they have beef with each other, and well, these two kind of hate each other, and well, let's just see what you immediately start pushing into this country, taking this part, and you push into the country, taking this part, and you're basically just swapping. He's going here, you're going here, and now it's just like, really, this gold country ends up going, like, starting to circle them around, and now they're just fully in this country's territory, and they're starting to get squashed out. But the blue team's like, hey, we'll help you, just you have to be like a puppet state of us, and this country's like, really? Fine. And well, the peace treaty, that's fully annexed, and well, these guys do become a puppet state of them, not that of them. Just gonna, actually, no, it's in the peace treaty. These guys just, yeah, puppet state of them. But yeah, it just kind of annoys them a lot, like a lot. And yeah, let's just give them capitals and give them. Actually, yeah, I'll do that after this video's over. But oh my god, I say a lot. Alright, and then next we're going to be talking about how the red country and the orange countries have like befriended each other and like helped each other in ways. Let's just quickly look at the exploration of Arabia real quick. Oh, okay, that's a lot. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, this orange team's expanding. Oh, what are they gonna look like? Oh, that orange team got big. They might actually be bigger than their dad. Yeah, they're definitely bigger than their father country. Dude, this orange, what did you just teach them how to expand a lot? You definitely just did that. Oh wait, this wants to be a country. All right, well, let's see what they look like. Yeah, pretty much. These two just father kid basically in a way. This is like a mix between the two cultures. don't know how to explain it, but like they're just like really close. Actually, let's have them border each other right here, like that. Yeah. Let's also give them. Let's give them this land too. You know, a lot of this is desert, but they're trying to make it better. Yeah, this country is like the hub between this civilization type and this civilization group. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. Oh my god, I did the yeah thing again. Well, after this, let's say this yellow country ends up. This yellow country, after like hearing of more land in the world and all that fun stuff that in the world that there is right now, well, they're discovering more of this land and becoming like they're discovering Sudan and all this stuff, and they're going down to like Eritrea, and all this land is being discovered, and all this and then all this and all this, and they're just the Orange Country taught them kind of how to expand and discover. Well, it worked. And, well, this country ends up pretty much going to all the way to Tunisia. And, well, after the blue team hears about Tunisia, they might send a small boat and just like claim that, and then all this, and yeah, well, they end up pretty much taking this as a colony of Africa. And the yellow team hears about this, and they're like, "Dude, I thought we were cool." And the blue team's like, "But I mean, yeah, but like we need land." And the yellow team's like, "We're smaller than you by like a lot. I mean, you need land, we need land." And well, the yellow team ends up like kind of getting mad at the blue team, and they start drifting toward the red team being like nicer and stuff, and because they haven't done any like bad stuff yet except support. Technically, they supported this pink country, and this pink country is got some blood on their hands. But this yellow country is big, like big, and they decide, you know what? What if we went down the Nile and just completely claimed all of this? And, well, they do that, and these people are like, whoa, wait. Because the blue's like, wait, you don't need to do that, because here's the thing. And they couldn't come up with a reason, because they're kind of mad that their, like, old friend is now switching more toward their greatest enemy. And they're just claiming little chunks of land here just to fix up their border. And pretty much that's the yellow team. It's deepen their borders of expansion into Arabia, because they're discovering a lot of Arabia now too, and it's becoming a lot. And well, after like discovering Arabia with the orange team, and the red team has like a collaboration effort thing, because the red team is trying to help these two get stronger so they can kind of beat this guy. Well, the yellow team ends up reaching up and like blocking off the blue team basically from trying to like go around them, and well, they end up looking something like, yeah, this orange country ends up taking the rest. The entire Arabian Sea is now discovered. This was a really exploration-y, expandy video. The yellow team's big, orange team got bigger. Yeah, well, this blue team is starting to lose all their friends. I mean, they got one. Papa stay with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pixels. That's something, right? That's something. You have one friend. This Bay of Biscay country doesn't know your evils. They're still kind of your friend. This Creek country's kind of your friend. You only lost 2 of your best friends. That's fine. Yeah, these countries are kind of sad about this, but yeah, it's been a sad day for these guys. But this yellow country stays still expanding. They're still having fun. They're doing their thing. Oh, they're going into Ethiopia and like this area and stuff. And the red team is building up their like navy and stuff, and they might have like a crazy navy that can go across the Indian Ocean. So then they might set up like a little bit of a colony. Maybe just like they might send a boat down this way and find that island and then this island and this island and then this island and then they land here. They land on this little area here in Africa, and then they set up a small little colony. Something like the fact that they already have set up a colony is kind of crazy. Not just kind of crazy, it is crazy. That the fact that their navy is already able to go that far. It's gonna be a long episode. I'm sorry, it's gonna be really long. They set up a colony that looks something like this in Tanzania, and it's hard to fund them, like really hard, like really hard. But they're trying. They found this island. They found Sri Lanka. Thank goodness. Oh, you immediately annexed it. Okay, what do you expect? And they are able to send boats back and forth, and they find these islands. I'm just gonna. You don't even need to color them in white. You already know they just annexed them. Yeah, this red country got big in this episode. This gray country is probably good. This blue country is pretty good. Oh, this island was also discovered. By who? Oh, it was the blue team. Of course it was. Oh wait, the purple team ended up claiming or taking this part of the thing before the blue team claimed it. That's not gonna lead to a war, is it? No. It'll be fine. Europe was basically barely discovered except for Italy. Yeah, for this part of Africa. Sorry, this civilization thing and this civilization. I'm sorry, I had to focus on this part. These warm colors are getting big. I gotta get more cool colors. If you have any ideas for a suggestion, please let me know. This is a long episode. Wish me luck. I'm sorry this is a long episode, but I hope you enjoy